Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Civilization 6 Gathering Storm. We are kind of just waiting. I mean, we're going to keep doing stuff to increase our tourism output, but at this point, unless somebody does something pretty drastic, we are totally going to be able to win by just waiting. So, what optimizations are still available to us? Obviously, killing Cyrus is an optimization that is still available to us, but given the increasingly high strengths of his cities, and the just kind of like the inconvenience of attacking him, I'm inclined to think that it's going to be more trouble than it's worth. Like, it may end up being shorter in terms of actual turns, but it will definitely be longer in terms of real-world human minutes. So, we're on our way to giant death robots, right? If we get to giant death robots and the game's still not over, we'll giant death robot him. Hopefully it won't take too many of those to get the job done. A big improvement is going to come when we get the Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower is going to do a couple of things. Number one, it's going to increase the amount of housing generated by all of our neighborhoods, because neighborhoods are worth as much housing as the appeal of the tile they're built on. So every neighborhood we built will go up by 2 housing. Number two is that it will increase the tourism output of all of our appeal. There we go. I just said it. I already forgot it. Of all of our appeal-based tile improvements that are, putting out tourism. So all these wonderful ski resorts we're building, the seaside resorts, although some of our seaside resorts are underwater now, non-operable. And finally, it'll make a bunch of new tiles available for seaside resorting, which will certainly help, provided we don't get it sniped. I feel like we've been building it forever. And then we're just, waiting on great people, right? We got another great writer coming. Let's see. Khmer are at 520, but they're also only producing 5 great writer points per turn. So our next great writer's not that far off. Our next great musician's pretty close. We're producing just a ton of points. Oh man, look at this guy! Artifacts in all your cities generate 300% of their normal tourism. That's very interesting. How we're not going to get that. Yeah, Persia's right there at 20 points per turn. That's a shame. I wish we'd gotten Mary Leakey instead of whoever it was that we got previously. I mean, all the science we got out of that guy did help, but Mary Leakey would have been really good for us. Alright, let us continue. So we're still at war with Dido. This thing is still happening. Dido loves the Forever War. Her war weariness has to be really high, but I guess... Oh, this is interesting. I am actually willing to do this. We're going up on oil now, right? And you know what, though? We're kind of close. Hold on. How about for just the coal? Yeah, you know what? I'll do that. That's fine. We're not using all that coal. I guess she's going to use that coal to create things that pump emissions into the atmosphere, which is a shame. No, absolutely not. But at this point, I think we just have to consider these tiles lost. Oh, a major mitigated flood. 3 tiles fertilized, no negative effects. Beautiful. The wonder of engineering. So... What was I about to say? Oh, yeah, these tiles are basically lost to us. I believe the way this works is that these are still safeable. If we were to finish our flood barrier before they get completely submerged, we would be able to bail them out. But... 188 turn flood barrier. So, nope, probably not happening. Okay, here we have completed a trade route. Let's make sure that we are running trade routes to the places we need to be running them to. We are running a trade route to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different players, and we can't run one. Yeah, okay. So we're running trade routes to everybody except for Dido, obviously. Which means that, yeah, we just want to keep running stuff to our cultural partner. And, yep, Warsaw is still correct. Our trade route to Warsaw is really good. So you can see we've established a trading post in this city. Anytime, we didn't talk about trading posts much here, but anytime you finish a trade route involving a city, you build a trading post in that city, and then that trading post gives additional payout to routes that go to that city or through that city. It's a system that you don't even really have to know is there. It just makes yields better in a way that you don't really have to think about. Oh, we got a great general. District in this tile gains +1 air unit slots. Do I want to pass this just because I don't think it's a very good general? Like maybe we could get a cool, better general. Yeah, probably. So, I'm looking at Mary Leakey and thinking, like, this would be so good for us. Maybe what we should do with our gold at this point is just save it to try to get patronage off. How much time do we have? Persia's going to get there in 10 turns. Oh, well, 11 turns. So in 11 turns, we'll generate 4,000 gold. We'll also generate a couple hundred Great Person points to reduce the patronage cost. It's actually not impossible that we could purchase this before Persia gets it, provided Persia doesn't want to buy it. If they're willing to go for patronage on it, they're just going to get it. There's nothing we can do about that. Let's keep an eye on it. For right now, I think that's actually going to be the plan. Okay, so now I have a truly terrifying battleship. And we're just going to... Oh, sorry. First of all, send this Great Admiral home. And secondly, begin shelling Tyr from extremely far away. Because we can hit Tyr from here now. Wow, minor wall damage. That really is very minor. They just have a lot of bonuses. Well, basically what I want to do here is I want to put pressure on them and make them want to end the war. We could shell their encampment and make it a little bit easier, like... what's her name? Tamiris. Scythia is completely useless at taking cities. But look at this. Poland remembers that, like, cannons are a thing. Maybe we just we provide a little bit of assistance to Poland's push here. Make it easier for Poland to do what they want to do. So I would love to construct a seaside resort there, but I'm worried the volcano is actually still spewing lava. Let's see if ski resorts... Oh, no, never mind. I'll build a ski resort here. This is only 4 appeal. This is also only 4 appeal. Okay. So we'll still build one there. We're going to have to make another spy. Or another builder. So we've arrived. Greta has acquired sources. She's as good at this as she's going to be. Shall we try to steal the great work? Troilus and Crusade. Crusade? Boy. That's probably a great work of art, isn't it? Well, reducing enemy loyalty by 20 will do nothing in this city in this situation, right? His city is 100% loyal and is receiving a ton of loyalty pressure. Neutralizing the governor would be fun, and would also get us some XP, and is a little bit more likely to work than stealing the great work that we don't have a slot for. We also could just install a listening post. Are we all the way up on Cyrus? I do not have the highest level of access. I think you can get higher than this. Sure, install a listening post in this city. Why not? It's guaranteed to work. Okay, we can now shell Ugarita from within our own borders, thanks to the battleship range. And it's starting to look really bad for them. The Hellish Armada here should get... So when in a formation, I believe refers to being a corps, or being a fleet or an armada. This would probably be a pretty good thing to have. I have to make another another one of these ships, of course, to make that actually effective. And you are just going to hang out right here until your time comes. 6 more turns. Obviously, I'm not too stressed about that. Okay, so when we take Ugarit, maybe that will convince Dido that this war is a fool's errand. Building shopping malls, building housing. We don't really need this hydroelectric dam, but I wanted to build one because I think it's neat. Yeah, she's trying. It's tough, man. It's tough to get through these walls. She's at least coming at it with ranged units, though. Ooh, that's an anti-tank crew army. Tamiris, didn't you trade me the Garden of Earthly Delights? Meier has declared war on Persia. Lenke has declared war on... Okay. Lots of stuff's happening out in the world. Lots of stuff we don't care about right at this moment. I'm helping. I'm helping as much as I can be bothered to help. This destroyer is actually in a place now where it's dealing a lot of damage. Oh, the Strength of the city fell. The unit that they had in here defending it, they moved it out. Okay, let's repair our holy site, get our faith back up. I guess, actually, how long does it take to build a builder? Because I don't want to buy the builder, right? I'm trying to save money. Yeah, make me a builder first. We have ski resorts and seaside resorts to build. All sorts of resorts. This is what we are forced to resort to. In 6 turns, we're going to receive... Yep, definitely us. A great musician, a great scientist, a great engineer, and a great artist. Oh, I wonder, does it get you the next one? Because we might get that great scientist this way, right? 6 turns, that's not enough time for Persia to get it naturally. Yeah, I wonder if we'll get Mary Leakey off of the Nobel Prize competition. That would be pretty cool. Yep, so Norrköping is still not powered, and it will remain not powered until we have nuclear power, because I am terrified of sea level rise. It turns out, by the time you start seeing the sea level rise, it's almost too late. It's, sobering. So, I think I'm gonna... What are the odds, do you think? What are the odds that we could buy out an industrial zone right here, build ourselves some mines, and actually get this thing done in time to matter? We have 9.6 industry now. Because what would it be to purchase that industrial zone? Only 1,000 gold. If we want to try to have any chance at all of saving this island, saving most of the territory this city is founded on, we really do have to abandon the idea of getting Mary Leakey via patronage. This is more important, probably, but we might get Mary Leakey via the competition. I'm going to abandon the idea of trying to save up all that money. Let's just put the thing down right here. And then I'm going to buy a builder. Yeah, we're changing tax here. Buy a builder, we're going to swap... Oh, actually, you know what? I probably can't... Yeah, I can't swap this tile because it's adjacent to the other city. But we could grab this one, which is a tile that a mine could be built on. We'll chop the forest for industry, build a mine which will increase the effectiveness of this thing, and then our goal for the next little while is going to be workshops and factories and stuff in that district. Desperately doing anything we can to increase the speed of the flood barrier building. Okay, so Ugarit belongs to us. Brussels will belong to us soon as well. And I mean, she does have a theater square here, and it looks pretty built up. It might even have great works in it. No, that's a government plaza. Well, that'll probably just unbuild then, right? Because I'm definitely not allowed to have 2 of those. Attack with everybody, try to make sure we get maximum XP off of this. Alright, yep, it just unbuilt it. Ooh! A source of uranium. Well, apparently I completed a... What was the quest for? Was it to conquer a city? Why did I just get an envoy? I'm not paying enough attention, apparently, to know what my city-state quests are. I say apparently, like that's not a thing I knew. Yeah, no, I knew that. I knew I was not paying enough attention to know that. Hey, Dido, do you maybe want to give up? Actually, no, too bad. At this point, I need Brussels. So this will give them 42 grievances against us. Dido should be carrying the the full 150, right? Grievances will either be refunded or doubled at the end of the war, depending on whether or not you keep the city. I might be willing to give Ugarit back in exchange for keeping Brussels. Brussels is definitely more important. And Ugarit's in a position where I feel I have no doubt that we could just take it in another war if it came down to that. Okay, so we are underneath our soft cap for housing. This time we're growing slowly, legitimately due to just not having food, enough food. Well, we can build some farms and stuff. We can get that going. Build ourselves an aerodrome. We could get a stock exchange, which would be, I believe, fully powered in this area. The fact that there's now a hydro dam in Jönköping means that it's producing more than enough power for its own needs, which means it's not drawing on Stockholm's power plant anymore, which means we can afford to build a whole bunch of extra powered buildings. We could run another spy. I'm not sure that we need to. How are we doing on oil? We are currently holding exactly on oil. What I really want to do is try to wait until we have nuclear power and then just convert ourselves over to nuclear, right? Yeah, minuscule CO2. We're not that... Ugh, 14 turns. Well, I think it's not worth converting to oil right now. We need our oil for our ships. Yeah, my emissions are getting a little out of hand, huh? At this point, maybe we just need a builder. We need to, like, improve more tiles. We need to get farms up and stuff. Yeah, maybe it's more builders. Let's make ourselves a stock exchange first. That really is a lot of money. Here... Start work on a shopping mall, I guess. And we're gonna go attack Brussels. Okay, Dinah wants peace, but it's not a very good deal. Oh, she would cede Ugarit to us formally, but we're gonna refuse. I want Brussels. Viga is warning Philip about interfering with her agenda. Yep, those guys are always at each other's throats. Do we want to change anything here? I guess we could drop containment and get our counter-spy thing back up. Yeah, because we've already placed all of our envoys, but like we probably don't want to change anything else, right? We have 3 things that are very powerful tourism bonuses. We're still using the housing from the New Deal, and honestly, we're actually still using the amenities as well. We have some pretty cool purple cards now, no doubt about that. But they're just not... Yeah, they're just not better than what we're currently running. Or just not more relevant to our current purpose than what we're currently running. Oh, the sea level has risen some more. Oh, it's bad. Oh, it's bad. These tiles are not yet submerged. Maybe something can still be done here. Purchase me a workshop, please. For the love of God. Alright, you can just heal up a little bit. Now we are going to need to get actual firing vision on Brussels. Right now we don't have real vision of the city, and so we can't shoot it. There we go. We'll be able to shoot at it next turn. We just needed we needed a path of flat tiles between us and it. 2 cosmetics, uniquely manufactured luxury. I don't know that we need more luxuries, really. Like, we're kind of still using the amenities from the housing policy, but I would probably drop it if it didn't have housing on it. Yeah, let's just pass. I don't care about this. A special session of the World Congress is going to be called. I hope that's not because of me. I guess we'll find out. If Dido is trying to call the world to hold me to account, I think she will find that they are not willing to do that. So, rock band units can choose from any possible promotion, and wow. Wow, cultural hegemony is definitely compelling. Awards a diplomatic victory point. Carbon recapture. When complete, the lifetime carbon emissions of this civilization are reduced by 50, and 30 diplomatic favor is earned. This project can even reduce your carbon debt to 0 and allow you to accumulate reductions against the global footprint. Oh man. Unfortunately, it probably won't return the already melted ice caps, but yeah, that's interesting. Because we haven't actually had anything submerge yet, right? There's probably something to be said for this if you're running a more faithy tourism game and you're getting more rock bands. But I think we're gonna head in the direction of global warming mitigation. Alright, and I think we don't have anything else terribly compelling to do. We're not gonna be able to buy a rock band for a while, right? 800? Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a minute on that one. Okay, hilarious enemy. What was their deal? They're good at seaside resort performances, which I don't, like I said, I don't expect there to ever be any of those. So, oh, he's losing theater squares. That's a shame. I hope there weren't any... Oh no, I know for a fact that there is a great work in there. Presumably, he's able to save it if he wants. Unless he doesn't have any open slots. He might just lose Great Works. I'd be fine with that. So we're going to head over here and we're going to see Akkad declared war on Phoenicia. Poland is considering a war on Scythia. No. No. How do I tell Poland to not do that? Christina has captured Ugarit. We must resist their aggression. I do not think that this should happen. So let's see. Who do I think might throw in? I could see Wilhelmina and Dido and Cyrus putting in together. Fortunately, a lot of them combined don't really have a lot of diplomatic favor, and I'm comfortable going pretty hard on this. Let's see. 158 plus that. Yeah, okay. We probably don't need to put in this much. 360 is very comfortably ahead of what they're able to produce together, but what if somebody else backstabs me? Sorry, that's not how it works, right? They're not going to put in 9 votes worth 360. Each one of them gets a number of cheaper votes. Hold on, let me do this math properly. So, if I am Wilhelmina, with 59 favor, I can put in 3 votes. Dido can further put in 4 votes. And then Cyrus can put in 6. So I have to put up 14 votes to make sure they can't put this over. I don't want to put up 14 votes. That's a lot. Because we're not that far from the next normal session, right? Okay, I don't get to see. Okay, here. The next normal session is when this ends. So, 4 turns. Yeah, I don't want to drop 910 favor here. I want to have lots of favor. Okay, let's put in less. Let's make them really commit, I guess, if they want it. If I put in 10 votes, they're going to have to put in almost all their stuff. We can bleed them out, probably. If they actually want to cause the emergency to happen. And that still leaves me with almost 1,000 to play with. I'm comfortable with that. I would love it if this emergency did not occur. It turns out it failed. Cyrus actually put in 6 downvotes. Wow. That's a surprise. Well, thank you, Cyrus. You weirdly trustworthy guy. I don't know what his deal is. No! Somebody else built the Eiffel Tower! It did take me a long time to do it. I was not trying like as hard as I could have, I suppose. Well, that's a real crying shame. Our current rate of tourism output is fine. Like we're totally going to be okay. All right, so if you don't have a bonus, you always have a 50% chance of breaking up. But this is now a 1,000 tourism venue because they built a stadium here. What kind of rock band am I? I'm a surf band? Sure, surf bands play stadiums. That's a thing that happens. Hilarious enemy. We salute those who are about to rock. Don't break up. They broke up. They did drop 3,200 tourism, but that's only like 3 turns worth of tourism. Well, whatever. I mean, it helps. I'm not going to pretend I'm jazzed about it, but it helps. Okay, I mean, the really built-up one is doing a fair amount of damage. Let's see, we're going to remove this feature. We're going to, here, I suppose, just get on the construction of a neighborhood. Yeah, we could build a pretty good neighborhood here. Wait, this tile has... Oh, it's appeal +2, isn't it? The housing level. No, it's... Wait, hold on. How do neighborhoods work? Oh, neighborhoods just have a flat value. It doesn't scale directly with the appeal level. It's just a flat value per tier. It's a weird little stepwise function. Well, I suppose right there's not bad. Or like over here. I'm just thinking like in these places that can't really be used for anything else. That have much lower yields. Let's just jam a neighborhood out with all of that rollover approval. Yeah. You know what? Let's go ahead and build a flood barrier here. Let me keep that tile. Until Poland builds a fort near it. So, yep, we push on. So we could still build this campus. We could build a holy site here instead. It was pointed out by somebody in a comment, and I think that's actually a pretty good idea. The question is, do I want a little bit more faith generation, or do I want to speed myself toward giant death robots? Not even necessarily because they'd be the most effective option, but because giant death robot. 5 tiles were fertilized, but our open-air museum was damaged, not destroyed. Man, that tile's gotten good. You know, dust storms, desert terrain gets better over the course of the game. There's a lot of stuff that used to be stuff I knew that is no longer true with this expansion. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on here. Volcano's still smoking, but there's no longer lava shooting out of it actively, so I'm going to take the chance here and throw down that resort. Yes, you have to keep that route open because that's the one route we're running to Jayavarman. Yeah, we're behind technologically. Okay, 121 turns, we're getting there. What's it cost to buy the factory? What it costs is gold next turn. And here we can buy a power plant. Man, increasing emissions to attempt to ward off the effects of global warming. That's a tough one. that's a tricky one. Alright, I suppose we should just build a shopping mall here. Like, we could get a broadcast tower up. Yeah, additional great musician points would be awfully nice to have. Sure, yeah, do that. And as soon as the dust storm ends, we'll get ourselves a builder over here. We are very, very near to the end of the thing. Poland's pillaging people. No. Yeah, no, I don't want to... I don't know why you want to do that, but the fact that you want to do that means that I don't want to do it. Storm rages on. Okay, but it raged on over in that direction. It raged away from me. And I mean, doing this is generating XP for us. Okay. So now we could perform... We're very likely to be able to perform this great work heist. How... Oh, we finished that museum, right? Yeah, we actually have slots for great works of art right now, temporarily. Gotta use them while they're hot, I suppose. Do it. Do it, Emma. I believe in you. 90% chance for mission success. If discovered, Dido will lose respect for us. Oh no. Oh no, not that. Anything but that. Okay, you're at full. Gotta bring you around to a threatening position. This anti-tank crew is not threatening. Despite what you might think, it is not a ranged unit. It does not have the ability to attack our ships in any way, so... Alright, this is now actually a pretty powerful industrial zone. A power plant will make it even better. And I think I might be willing to do that, actually. We might have to do that. So over here we could just, like, build farms or something? I'm not really... I guess we could build a mine over here. This tile's, like, okay. Kraustadt is never going to be able to get any sea improvements, unfortunately. If we moved Liang there, we could make fisheries, I guess? I don't know that we're going to get a lot of governor titles after this point in the game, though. Okay, so maybe next turn we buy a builder in Norrköping to fix... I don't know, just to completely replace the open-air museum that we lost. And then also, I guess we could just, like, build farms on the remaining tiles. Getting some flooding here. Well, maybe we should build a... How expensive... Oh, Floodberry here is actually, like, extremely reasonable. What a very doable thing. Okay. Alright, Alright, somebody failed their mission but got away. Also, we killed a Persian spy, attempting to recruit partisans in Stockholm. That would have, if they were successful, would have spawned some apparently barbarian units around Stockholm. We would have dealt with them easily, I think. Oh, it looks like maybe Dido negotiated for peace with these guys. Because these units have been pushed out of her borders. Yep, we're the only ones she's still at war with. I guess that makes sense. She has learned the error of her ways. She offered us peace. It's just that at this point she forced me to build up in order to defend myself enough that now I have this hammer and all of a sudden everything looks like a nail. Nah, you know what? You just leave that fishery in place. Those fishing boats, rather. We can't build farms on Tundra. What am I talking about? Well, we could plant ourselves some woods. Sure. Let's reforest. You know what I don't know is whether the world's forests actually... Because forests should recapture some of the CO2 and convert it back to oxygen, right? If I know very basic facts about how trees work. Oh, also, sorry, you're actually allowed to create your great work now. Totally spaced on that. Yeah, in theory, that should have some effect, right? I don't know a ton about how climate change and global warming actually work. Our alliance level with Philip has increased. How weird. Yep, and now we have a couple of unpowered things. Vosteros has a broadcast center that we gotta get some power into. Well, one problem at a time, I guess. Does Stockholm's power not reach Vosteros, or are we just, now that we have a broadcast center here, are we overwhelmed? So we are producing 5, it's going into the factory and the broadcast center in this city. And then we're also powering everything in Uppsala. No, sorry, this is consumed. It doesn't actually say how much power we're producing in the city. I guess that'll be in the district panel, because the coal plant is producing... Is it just 4 power? Is there a power yield report or anything? No, there's no power column. Power's a resource? No, it doesn't mean like that. Because yeah, we can't just be producing 4 power. We're using more power than that already. I'm sure there's a report somewhere that explains your power more clearly, but I do not know where it is. Okay, how about the power report here? 6 consumed, but we don't have... the dam here doesn't have the ability to send power to other cities. And the power report here shows just that we're getting it from Stockholm to power this stuff. Yeah, okay, so we'll have to construct some source of power in Vosteros, or really increase our power output as it in total. Let's buy that builder. Yeah, these tiles are getting awfully good. We periodically have to completely reconstruct the open-air museum. It's fine. Poland just formed an alliance with Persia. The world's becoming a strange place. Purchasing or producing military units using the currency of the chosen type is cheaper until the next World or is more expensive during the next World Congress, or is cheaper until the next World Congress. A deforestation treaty to prohibit chopping or clearing features of the chosen type, or causing it to produce gold. Wow, that's something. So rainforest, woods, and marsh. And the World Games are available. Gain score by maintaining stadiums and aquatic centers or completing the Training Athletes project. Gold tier reward +2 tourism for each campus. Silver tier +2 tourism for each stadium, +2 tourism for each aquatic center. Wow. That's a pretty good... I mean, this probably won't complete until after the game's over. So I'm going to go ahead and vote some diplomatic points into my own pocket. Let's throw 280 favor at that. That should win that for us pretty easily. The way that this could now go wrong is because we have diplomatic victory points from the last one. A whole bunch of players could choose for us to lose one instead, and that would be a shame. But whatever. That's not how we're going to end up winning anyway. I guess in that sense, it's not worth me spending the favor here, but what else am I going to do with it? I don't care about these at all. It's very expensive now to build military units, is what I have declared. And then, dude, I don't know. Hey guys, stop chopping down trees. It would be cool if everybody stopped chopping down trees. Yeah, I'm just gonna, I don't care that much about these. So what do we get? Yep, okay, we won that. Were we the only ones who went in on that option? We were not, but, I mean, our votes were dominant. Here, nobody chopped down any more trees. Somebody cared about that. Oh, just a bunch of people cared about that. Everybody's worried about the sea level rise. Here, everybody voted for themselves as much as they could afford, and we just bought them out, which is pretty good. And everybody wants this to happen. Okay. Good news. Oh, first of all, we're at 5 diplomatic victory points now, aren't we? Okay. Do not just repeat that mission. We won, so we've gotten a great musician, a great scientist, a great engineer, and a great artist, if I understand this correctly now. We need to choose a new civic. Future civic. Can be completed multiple times, increasing your points toward the score victory. Also awards a governor title and 50 favor. Well, do we actually want, like... I should probably get this. I guess, yeah, a governor title is not even very good for us. We don't really need the favor. Oh, we no longer have a bonus trade route slot. That's a shame. So what is your deal? +1 amenity and +2 housing in this city. Okay, that's not a bad great engineer. And yep, here's the rest of them. We did not get the great person that I wanted. He has one action. Hold on. We can't even see what his action is because he's on a tile with other people. Triggers the Eureka moment for all information age technologies. Well, okay. I mean, no sense not using you. That's pretty cool. That gentleman seems to know a thing or two. Okay, where are we at on housing right now? There's a report for this. So the places that could most use a housing boost are Norrköping, Umeå, Örebro. Yeah. Okay, well, he only has 2 charges. So let's pop him over here and do one of them here. Ah, darn it, builder. Okay. Now, let's pop him over here. We'll drop one of those charges here. Then you get to fire, so... Okay, yeah, that great scientist. Persia just purchased that great scientist out before the end of the competition, which means that we would not have been able to get them even if we had focused the full force of our patronage on them, which is fine. Definitely want to fill Broadway. That's a theming bonus for us. Then Mr. Van Gogh, or Van Gogh, maybe, I think? I have a couple of great work of art slots left, or maybe one. We need another art museum. You should probably go and build a plantation on this coffee. You guys should just keep messing up Brussels because it's easy and fun. Probably don't want to go charge it with the ironclad just yet. Wait until it's pretty low. And then, like, at this point, stealing the great work is the only valuable thing left. Let's reassign Reyna to Karlstad. And she can buy us a theater square there. So go ahead and steal the great work. It'll take 8 turns for us to get a hold of it. And we're just going to buy a theater square and a bunch of amphitheater and museum as quickly as we can over here. So we have 3 envoys. What do I want to do with them? I don't know that there's anything particularly valuable at this point. Being suzerain of these city-states is tough. Stealing this from Cyrus doesn't really... Like, making Cyrus not suzerain doesn't really help us. Yeah, I don't know. I'll just sit on them, I guess. So we're 8 turns away from nuclear fission. And we can kind of just use a builder here. Yeah, we have unimproved tiles. Let's improve them. Over here, we could build a dam. Actually, this would be pretty helpful. Because if Uppsala is not drawing off of Stockholm's power, then Stockholm can use all of its power for itself. And we're just, yeah, we're getting... great people are earning us era score all over the place. Reina's moving. Is Victor recovered yet? He totally is. Let us assign him to... Does he need to be in Vasteras? Oh, yes, we want a governor in Vasteras, right? We also want one in Jönköping, because the our dedication is making it so cities that have governors are getting extra tourism off their world wonders. There's only one wonder here, and there's 2 wonders in Vasteras, so I guess that makes sense. Do this like this. Pingala is still providing us with a huge amount of pressure toward our victory, and we can change our government again. But I just don't... I guess at this point we could change our red card. But to what? Does anything here matter? I guess... +1 movement for units that start in friendly territory? That's something. Reducing the amount we're paying for our military units is also something, but we don't have that many military units. Yeah, I'm not too stressed about this. Just go ahead and get our good civilian units a little bit of extra movement. That'll help. The religious war still rages on. You know, it looks like... Wow, that is a terrible noise. All sea tiles marked as coastal lowland 1 meter have been permanently submerged and lost to the sea. Oh, Greta is no longer able to steal that great work because the great work was moved. Oh no, the great work wasn't moved, it was sunk. He didn't move it out of the city, and it was consumed by the ocean. Okay, well, we have a trade unit here who can't do stuff because we no longer have enough trade slots for that. Okay, what are we going to do with you? I think it's just build a couple of farms. I don't know that there's a lot else. Building a fishing boat over here doesn't do anything because this tile's too far away to be worked. But yeah, just build me some farms for the bonus food and housing, because this city could continue to grow and end up being quite large. Yeah, you, I guess, are just getting moved to a different city. He doesn't have anything to steal here anymore. How about... Ray? Does Ray have... Yeah, Ray has great works. Oh, that's a great work of writing, too. That's, we do have some great work of writing slots now. So we haven't gotten as many great writers this game as I am used to getting in our cultural victories, and I think a lot of that is because there actually was some early competition on great writer points. It is very often the case. It has often been the case for me that you end up with like 10 great writers just sitting around by the end of the medieval era. That has actually not happened this game. It seems to me like the AI might be better at the game now. I think that's something that we may be observing here a little bit. Obviously, Poland is beginning military assault on the Netherlands. Fine by me. Somewhere Mount Scenery has erupted. You should continue to protect Pingala's life. That's very important to me. And then, yeah, we're just like building a bunch of farms and stuff, right? Like, this is a pretty good farm. 6 food. By the time we're actually willing to declare peace, she's going to be so desperate, is my hope. So we have 1 slot left in this place, where it's 3 turns until we can buy this thing. But we have a spy working on a steel great works. Oh, that's the wrong button. 4 more turns. Oh, right, that's the one we started later. This is the one we started earlier. isn't happening due to the Great Works ceasing to exist. So yeah, we can afford to do this, and we'll be able to buy out the thing in Karlstad in time for us to need the slot. So now let's move you up to Umeå, I suppose. God, did you see Umeå? That's terrible. What a terrible thing. So we're just growing here slowly due to food. We're not actually we're not actually at the housing cap. Not a lot that can be done about that. And we have the builder out, right? We're making the farms. So what else do I want to build? We could just we could train athletes. But like I said, I think we're probably going to end the game before that. Yeah, 13 turns. We're going to end the game before that competition ends. I guess carbon recapture? I really don't want to convert to oil power when the turn after completing this nuclear becomes available. Just, like, slow the damage some. Unfortunately, a lot of the damage has already been done. Ah, well. I guess we could stop building that flood barrier now. Okay, no, you cannot have my doubloon. Why do you even want a doubloon? Oh, an enemy spy succeeded in sabotaging the industrial zone in Stockholm. It's true, that's a district that we were not protecting. It's too far away from the others. Well, that's annoying. We should probably fix that. We need that. So now that we know exactly how close we are to victory, having looked at that, a lot of this is looking kind of irrelevant. Like, how much do I actually need to make any of these changes? Well, I actually just completed the repair of that initial building. Apparently the production from the rainforest was enough. So I guess we should get the next building into the queue then. It is a little bit of a shame that you can't queue up. Like, I would like to get all of these done, but because they have to be done in order, like you can't do the coal thing while the factory's still busted. We can't even put this in the queue, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, I think we're gonna end the video here with the win. I'm not gonna end this when we hit the hour. We're close enough. I know about this. Victor's established now. That's good for us. I know. All of a sudden, we need a ton of power because somebody blew up the power plant. Even more farms. Even more growth. Now my mission is to end the game in control of Brussels. You're still waiting one more turn. So I think this has been not difficult, certainly, but a little bit more difficult than, no, you cannot have any uranium. What are you thinking? A little bit more difficult than the tourism victories that I have done in the past, and part of that, probably, is me slowly remembering how the game is played. But, you know, maybe it is in fact the case that the AI has improved a little bit. That would be nice. The AI in these games tends to be a little bit on the easy side. So we're not going to be able to buy that museum just yet. That's going to have to wait a couple of turns. If we can get the walls around Brussels down, the Ironclad's going to be able to do a ton of damage, or the Destroyer, rather, is going to be able to do a ton of damage. It's just a matter of actually getting the wall down. We may as well wait in that space. Oh, interesting. Our victory timer has changed a little bit. I wonder what changed about our output so much. Okay, so we successfully acquired a great work, and we do not, at the moment, have a space for it, so... What happened to it? Is it just gone? Hold on, because I don't have a spot for it. Mountains on a summer day. He still has it, I assume? Like, we didn't actually steal it? I mean, let's go see, right? It'll be listed in her, in the deals area, if she still has it. I wonder if I just obliterated a great work. Maybe it's on the black market now. I mean, Emma's already an accomplished art thief. She's not really going to be able to improve at that very much more. Dare I say, the greatest art thief in the world? Very possibly. Oh, hold on. Can we repair the defenses here? Could we maybe make that our priority? That should have defenses. Also, you're not allowed to be here. Yeah, you can be in the city. That's fine. You need to watch the destruction from inside. So in order to buy the art museum, we're looking at $870. It's not even that expensive. So we'll be able to do it next turn if we can convince somebody to give us a little bit of money, which we probably can. Right, I have some luxury goods that I'm sure are available to people. Okay, Akkad has declared war on the Netherlands. Poland has declared war on the Netherlands. That's all fine. Scythia's considering joining in because it's fun to do. My culture victory is imminent. 10 turns now. Nobody's quite sure how long it's going to take us. Oh. Get out of here with this. Oh, they've built themselves an actual unit. Bad news, I'm actually pretty good at naval warfare. She's trying to get herself into a position where she can fight back. I'm not okay with that. Yeah, sure, steal this great work. You should gain sources. And then you will steal the great work. And probably not, though, because probably the game will be over. Okay, who wants to give me 50 gold? Who wants to be the lucky person to receive the opportunity to give me 50 gold? She isn't actually going to want any of this stuff, but you know what? At this point, I'd be willing to give you... No, but... Okay, hold on. What would it take? This is not the same deal, though. Okay, she's not willing to talk about giving me 50 gold. She drives a hard bargain. Hard enough that it pushed me all the way out of the room. How about... Well, I think I actually only need like 42. But, alright, what? You would accept this as a gift? How about if I gave you some uranium? I don't want this. Okay. 1 uranium is worth 100 gold. I don't know what she's going to do with that 1 uranium. Okay, there we go. So we are looking like we're actually going to be a part of the game now, or we're looking like we're actually pushing toward the end of the game. I have been a part of the game. Things we have done have mattered. Yep, that's the extent of the amount of damage they're capable of dealing. Oh, your borders aren't open to me. Right. What would this take? There we go. That'll accelerate things even more. So every turn we're pulsing out 1,000 tourism to everybody. It's drawing in their domestic tourists. A tornado family. That's a whole lot of tornadoes. Look out, those cows. Well, this seems like a real Poland problem. A real problem they have created for themselves by stealing my very good territory. Okay, I did not come back here and finish repairing, right? No, I totally didn't. Well, we're going to have to repair the power plant before we can convert it over, I bet. Let's do that. We're very close now. Very close to being able to do real damage to this. And I'm just going to have you back up. We can wait here outside of the range of the city's cannons. Getting all of those defenses back up. Yeah, we're not in any danger here. So climate change is getting pretty bad right now. we're going to hope that, first of all, that these violent storms head east. So in addition to tiles submerging and stuff like that, one thing we're going to see is an increase in the predictability and intensity of weather events like this, I think. Not ideal, obviously. Seems like in a game with this many players in it, you're gonna have a really hard time controlling it, though. You can control your own emissions, but what are you gonna do about everybody else? Oh, we are the true masters of the seas. No doubt, no doubt. I absolutely will not do this. As good as elephants are, and you know how I feel about that. I just don't think that's a very good idea. Well, they produced a single battleship that was able to shoot our level 4 battleship for like 80% of its health, which is kind of crazy. Yes, we'll just go home and heal inside the city walls. Really working hard to produce a lot of battleships all of a sudden. Looks like we won't do any meaningful damage to that wall. I think we're, oh good. I think we're going to be able to break the walls down there next turn. Maybe the turn after at the very latest. So we have slots down here. Oh, we should, sorry, we should do this. Yeah, I should have jumped over here. We should fill up the slots in the Sydney Opera House first. All right, where do we have Great Work of Writing slots still available? Well, that one's probably going to cease to be, huh? Let's just pop you over to here. And we should maybe move all the Great Works out of Orebro. If we have the anything we have the slots to move, we should move. So, how are these arranged? They're arranged by city. Ooh, Orebro has an archaeological museum. We can't really do much about that. We don't have any open archaeological slots. You know what? We can move this to Karlstad. How many turns do we have before this sinks? 4 turns, probably? Yeah, well, when we move one of these things, it's going to untheme the museum, which sucks, but, oh, you know what? We can't display archaeological works in the... I always think of the slot in the palace as being for anything, but it's for anything except archaeological works. Well, that's a shame. Yeah, alright, let's refill that slot, because Pingala is producing extra tourism from that slot. And I guess these works are just going to be lost to time. That's a shame. What was I doing here? Building a shopping mall. So wait, did I move everything out of... Did I get distracted and stop moving things? No. Everything we can get out of Orebro is out. Well, so our tourism is going to go down a little bit in 4 turns. Oh, look at you. Look at you actually getting aggressive. Spain had technology plans stolen by a Polish spy. Oh, wow. A majority of cities in Khmer are actually Buddhist now. Wait, no, that's not. I saw Buddhist and I was just like, that's bad, right? That's somebody's religion. What is happening? Why is the... Okay, that was weird. I was not scrolling the map there, in case you were wondering what I was confused about. It just was scrolling. Oh, that's inconvenient. Hold on, we gotta move this Great General. Okay, you stay there. So this guy can move into that space, and then next turn can produce great works for this wonder. And here we gotta kill this battleship real quick. Not going to be an issue. We can upgrade our field cannon to some machine gunners, but I believe you actually lose range. You gain strength, of course, but you lose range. I think they're fine as they are. We do not have any coal. Well, shoot. Sorry, buddy. We'll have to figure that out before I can repair you. Or we could just upgrade him to something else. That would also be fine. Yep, and there's the walls of Brussels down. And then we conquer Brussels. Oh, nope, they have this battleship. Well, do I want to attack the battleship with our ironclad? Because we're going to have to deal with this before we can... I guess I should attack this to lower its combat strength. Alright, and then we just have, like... We have a lot of stuff going on, and a lot of it kind of doesn't matter, I suppose. Yeah. We're, like, pretty close to the end. 9-ish turns. I know that timer's not actually decreasing at the rate it claims it will decrease. It doesn't, it does not accurately display what is going on in the game. And we should maintain our alliance over here as well. Oh. It's not great for us. What's your deal? Okay, your deal is you're planning to attack me or something. Well, whatever. Let him try. This, let's go ahead and upgrade that now. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. So next turn we'll take Brussels, and then we'll get out of this war finally. They actually just tried to perform an amphibious assault on my city. They totally did. Also, there's combat happening in my lands. Oh. Yeah. Weird. He wouldn't accept my declaration of friendship, but then he declared friendship with me. Okay. That's fine. Spain is no longer seeking a science victory. Sure. Why would they? Weird. I wonder what would cause an AI to change victory conditions at this point in the game. Get rid of you, because that needs to be where I put this great work of music. So how many slots does the Opera House have? Here, okay. So we need to get a third work of music in there. We don't want to really move them out of Stockholm or out of the Bolshoi Theater. Yeah, a lot of stuff is already... You know what? Never mind. We're not going to worry about it. A lot of stuff is already themed or being boosted in some other way, like being in Pingala's city, so... Okay, you guys are fine where you were. Do we not have another... Am I out of great work? I'm not out of great work for writing slots. There's one in Orebro. Oh, that's the only one. So actually what we want to do is move this to the Sydney Opera House and have you go back and write a work that goes in the palace. This is not where my palace is. Here we go. Okay. And that will allow us to theme out the Opera House when this guy's great work is done. Okay. We are optimizing our tourism as best we can here. 8 turns, it says. We'll see if it actually sticks to that this time. You know, like, Cyrus is continuing to gain domestic tourists, so he will occasionally push back the number of turns that we need. Poland is now seeking a science victory. They're going to have to start seeking it pretty quickly. Scythia is beginning a military assault on the free cities. Is there a free city somewhere around here? I don't think city-states count as free cities. I think something's only a free city if it has, if somebody has lost control of it via loyalty pressure. So, did they end up going to war? Is that what all that fighting I'm hearing is? No, they're still totally friendly. They must just be fighting, they're fighting units from the Netherlands close enough to my territory that I can hear it. Okay, so we've got another themed great work wonder in a city receiving tourism boosts. Let's go ahead and knock out all the health of this city. And then claim the city. And then I'm going to shoot this unit to death before we negotiate for peace, just to really let her know what's up. I think I'm... Ooh, liberating cities gets you favor. That's a good design. There needs to be more of an incentive to do this. What they really should do is just give you a ton of envoys with the city. I believe the way it works now is when you liberate a city-state back to life from having been conquered, you get like 3 envoys. It should be a huge number of envoys. It should be very difficult to take it from you. Because otherwise you just keep the city, right? Keeping this opponent's final city will give all major powers 106 grievances against us. Ah, because this is not considered to be a Phoenician city. Interesting. I have 3 envoys. I'm about to get a bunch more. Alright, fine. Fine, you convinced me to just liberate it. Your culture has become dominant over all but one foreign civilization. That's been true since before this video even started. Finish repairing my stuff. We actually are getting kind of close to purchasing another rock band, which might be the thing that pushes us over. Sure, build sewers. It's 1820 AD. Stockholm probably ought to have sewers. Alright, so now let's see if she's willing to, hold on a second. Sorry, I just saw something. We're gonna pillage this. Now let's see if she's willing to go to peace. What if I gave you your city back? She would not. She is not willing to have peace. Alright. That's fine. We'll end the game at war. Doesn't hurt me any. Poland has a spy that just earned the seduction promotion. You know, I don't actually know what that does. Yep. Great work heist no longer valid. I mean, this guy is not a threat. An anti-tank crew cannot fight a city that has that much power. More coastal tiles are being lost. For some reason, oh, I purchased a promotion for them. Well, probably they're not going to end up in a position where emplacement matters. Let's just keep them here. I don't know that Giant Varmin's not going to attack us, right? He changed his mind. Ooh, that city-state is very weak. Okay, no, it gives you 9 envoys now. It used to not give you this many. That's definitely better. Your cities get plus 15% production toward wonders. Would have been really useful to us at other points in the game. Alright, so let's get everything back within my borders. We don't have the coal necessary to heal. These are just like, these are bad units for me to have right now. What is that? Is that just a pasture? No, that's our open-air museum for this city. Well, that's inconvenient. Let's get inside the city walls. And the fact that there's no longer a great work to steal here means we probably want to move to a different city that does have a great work worth stealing. But she doesn't have theater squares almost anywhere else. No great work there. I wonder if she traded off her great work. Okay, well then... what do we want to do in this city? I guess you're pretty good at breaching dams. You want to breach the dam? That'll show her. I will spitefully blow up her dam for the crime of having moved her great work. Alright, we finally got our holy site back under, back to a functioning state. We still have slots for great works of music and art. We can afford a little bit more, we can afford a couple more great people here. Oh dear! Oh, that's Vesuvius! It finally erupted! A mega colossal eruption, killing 5, damaging 2 tiles, and fertilizing 6 tiles. Hey, it finally happened! Yep, and it did just completely delete the the rainforest on that tile. Wow, it made that tile extremely bad. Okay, well, I mean that's not really a big deal. It's kind of whatever at this point in the game. Okay, so we can almost finish that guy off. That's a real disappointment. almost finishing that guy off. Due to recent world events, you have new concerns to bring to the World Congress's attention. Yes, I would like to request aid. I just had the greatest explosion of inhuman history occur in my territory. Somebody help. We're getting ravaged by climate change a little bit. We lost about half of our territory in one of our cities. Probably volcanic eruptions are not affected by... Oh. Did our stuff... Yeah, our stuff is expiring and I'm not paying attention enough to renew it. I assume that volcanoes are not affected by the rising carbon level. Because I can't imagine that it would in real life, but I guess I don't really know that much about the science of it. Alright, a special session. Greta is ready to accept a mission in Ray. There's no great work to steal here anymore. Why don't you steal some money? People's great works are just, like, up and disappearing for some reason. I suppose we ought to renew our alliances, just in case. You know, the third level of the military alliance is your new units start with a promotion. I wonder if that's what's giving us free promotions when we upgrade? Because those units didn't get a free promotion when they were built, so then they're getting the free promotion later? Maybe. But you guys are good. We don't need to worry about this stuff anymore. Yeah, just... Pretty much we're just passing time here. I don't think at this point I'm going to be able to make any optimizations that are going to speed this up. Mount Vesuvius finally erupted. 5 turns before the end of the game. It's been active, just like smoking, threatening us for 284 turns, and it finally went off now when it was way too late to matter. Somebody, help! Send gifts of gold to me or complete the Send Aid project in order to get small amounts of diplomatic favor. I would love it if this happened, but also, I sort of don't care. I don't care enough to spend any favor on it, certainly. Who downvoted it? Really, Jadwiga and Tamiris both tried to get there to be no Send Aid project. And as such, they are excluded from its benefits. Backstabbers. I sorta can't believe them, kind of. I don't remember what I built here. Okay, we should probably buy... I don't know, Broadcast Center? That seems reasonable. But, like, mostly we're just waiting. Oh, Jadwiga built the Golden Gate Bridge. She really loves marvels of engineering. She's very into this stuff. Hey, who's playing rock shows? I didn't see the rock show, but I heard it. Somebody has now decided that they're going to win a tourism victory. That actually might speed things up for us a little bit, depending on where they do it. Because when you attract a global tourist, when you attract a visiting tourist, you actually do remove it from that person's domestic tourist pool. So, like, if somebody were to play a rock show with Cyrus and take 2 tourists from him, it would actually lower his value to 481, thus lowering our victory, the thing we're aiming for, down to 482. Probably, it would be hard for somebody to do enough to change the number of turns it's going to take us to win. This no longer matters, whatever. We're about to enter a dark age, by the way. Can be completed multiple times. Well then, do so. Yeah, I chose a Civic. That's my Civic. Okay, apparently that's not going to work. The game feels that that's not a good enough choice. There we go. We have to select it there for some reason. Alright, well, let's hit end turn 2 times. I'm going to contact Dido one last time. We'll see if she wants to, Denunciation. I occupy one of their allied cities. That's my city. She was just keeping it warm for me. Spain is seeking a domination victory. That feels unlikely to occur. Yeah, we're headed for a dark age. It's a shame for everyone else that that's not going to matter. Okay, one last try, Dido. Do you want to end the game at peace? You know what? Sure. There we go. now it's my city. Now that she has formally ceded it, it's my city, and other people, I believe, will not get mad about us occupying it. She will still remember that it used to be hers, and I think it will always be a point of contention between us. But something tells me that the sound of our rock music is going to drown out her complaints. She would like to give me back some of the money I just paid her. Okay. That's weird. Are we friends now? Do you like me? What's going on here? Oh, right. The aid project is what's going on here. They're trying to get diplomatic points. Oh, somebody managed to recruit partisans. Those are barbarian tanks. They're pillaging the hell out of our stuff. I did not win the game. I hit the victory threshold. Maybe we're gonna have to hit end turn. I guess. We probably should have just won the game there. Yep, so enemy recruited partisans, some barbarians have approached. Where is the Golden Gate Bridge? I can't, clicking on it is not showing it to me. Here we go. Yeah, okay, that's actually like a reasonable place to build it too. What if you needed to have units over here? They previously would have had to run all the way around, had to go through your fancy mountain tunnels. Okay, so, in theory, when we hit this button here, now we should win. We should have won at the beginning of this turn. There we go.
The worth of a culture is not measured by its accomplishments, but in how those accomplishments last and how they are remembered. The beauty that you have inspired our people to create will ensure that our culture stands for all time.
So yeah, we actually got to see some more of the new systems there. It seems to me that the diplomatic victory starts triggering a little bit late. I think it would be hard to get 10 victory points before somebody wins a science or culture victory, it seems like. But yeah, if they made that start triggering a little bit earlier, that could be an interesting thing where you just sort of like generally build up your society and then win the game through the acquisition of diplomatic favor, which requires you to be friends with the city-states in a more long-term way. In Civ 5, the quote-unquote diplomatic victory was absolutely just an economic victory. It was just about giving gold to city-states, really, if I remember correctly. But here you have to like actually do their quests and care about your envoys and stuff because you want to be a friend of the city-states for a long time because you're accumulating diplomatic favor every turn that you are suzerain of something. So that's pretty interesting. That obviously was the end of this game, but it is not the end of the series. We're definitely going to play at least a couple more. I already know who we're going to start a new game as on Monday. We're going to be playing as Coupe of the Maori, or Maori, maybe? I'm not actually 100% sure. The reason we're doing that is because they begin the game with sailing and shipbuilding, and then just, is it Coupe's Voyage? Yeah, you begin the game in an ocean tile with a free builder and some bonus population in your first city, but you just start the game in the ocean, and you get to sail around and try to find the coolest settling position. I think that's a really neat idea. So, yeah, come back Monday for the beginning of a game as Coupe, and that is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you then.